Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Yankees Center podcast. We are back. Opening day is fast approaching, and today we have the first exhibition game. Woo! Tom and Eddie, how you guys doing?
I'm so emotional. It's been so long. We haven't played. We haven't played another team since March 12th, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It was against the Nationals. I remember I was watching, which is funny because we're playing the Nats on Thursday.
Right. A little bit of Yankees Mets action to get baseball back. Is there any other games going on today besides Yankees Mets? Oh yeah, there is. Oh wait,
I'm not sure.
There is. Phillies Nationals, Indians Pirates. Okay, yeah. So there's a lot of other games. But
It's been an emotional time.
Definitely.
These past however many months, you kind of lose track after a while. It's been very nice. It's been it's nice to have baseball back. I don't ever want to go through this again.
I feel. You know what? Tonight's gonna be a fun night.
Okay. But we might have to go through this again one day if we can't find a vaccine.
Let's hope for the best.
Let's hope for the best. Let's hope all the players and the protocols are working. I don't just can't have a team getting sick. You can't have an entire team getting infected with this. I think they'd have to forfeit the season.
What would happen?
But it was another good week of testing. What was it?
Yeah.
6 out of 10,000 or something?
Yeah.
Tested positive.
And five players, one clubby, I think.
Yeah.
So it's been working, which is nice. I would prefer it to continue working.
Yeah.
I would too.
I think I've watched about 4 Korean baseball games, and then I just kind of tapped out.
I couldn't do it. I tried.
I just couldn't do it. It was like I don't know these players. I have no attachment to any team.
Exactly.
It's like, and it's just like I appreciate it. I appreciate the thought, but I'm just. As long as we have these protocols in place, as long as everyone polices themselves, we should. Yeah, it's been tough.
It really, and we got Mike King starting for the Yankees against the Mets.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I think Porcello is pitching for the Mets today.
Yep, Porcello. And then tomorrow, I think Montgomery's pitching.
Pickle Rick?
Yeah, I believe that's right.
So I think that means Montgomery will be starting the 4th game?
That would make the most sense with the knockout, of course.
I think Jack Curry really hit on we're going to start with a 4-man and use the off day for that first time around.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to
be. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I did the calculations, and it would actually have Garrett Cole start against Tampa Bay if once or twice more, which is big because the divisional games, they're so important.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do that.
Those division games are weird.
Because we're playing 40 against the division and 20 against the NL East. So those 40 games are big.
Of course. That's really what you're looking at as a Yankees fan. That's all that matters. I mean, the only true competition you're going to have, the AL East, is going to be the Rays, in all likelihood, bearing the Blue Jays somehow exploding and setting the world on fire, which I
wouldn't rule it out.
I wouldn't go that far with them, though. They can be good. I think they could even compete for a wild card, but they ain't going to compete for a division.
I don't think they're a division.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. they're going to be a decent team, I think. They very young, great lineup, and they got some good pieces in the rotation at least. I mean, they obviously have Ryu now, and they have Nate Pearson on the way, so they got some potential good options at the top. So I'm just gonna wait and see what happens there with them.
If not this year, they're definitely intimidating in the future because they have a very promising young roster.
They're gonna be nasty in the future.
Definitely.
Especially they got Austin Martin too. I mean,
yeah,
so I believe
it's
that's
gonna be
his
good
name.
baseball. Yeah, that's his name, and that's just gonna be great for the East. The more competition in this division, the better. And obviously, right now, it's pretty much just the Rays and Yankees, but Red Sox never rule them out. They can come back very quickly with financial ability, of course. And Blue Jays, like you said, they're on the way. So I would say in a year or two, this division will be right back to the monster that it's usually known for as a whole. You know,
Can't rule the Orioles out this year.
Well, I want to rule them out safely.
Hey, remember what they said? This is the first time they entered July without a loss. Or with a winning record, rather.
Oh, no.
Glad they did it.
Yeah, good for them.
But I think that's going to end probably after game 1.
Yeah.
They're so bad, man. I can't name one good player on the team. Mancini is good. He's out for the year, though, so that just hurts. Get well soon, Trey.
Do they have anyone else that's even decent? I don't even know.
I mean, they got Adley Rutschman, but he's not up yet.
John Means, he made the All-Star team last year.
Yeah,
because he was
because someone each team has to represent, so they had no choice.
Did we talk about Chapman yet?
Oh, Aroldis Chapman got COVID, yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
that's a loss.
Good. It's not good. But I mean, all things considered, though, if you're gonna lose a player at least we can say this is from a position of strength from the Yankees, where we have so many different relievers that can fill that spot. You just look across that bullpen. You got the likes of Chad Green, Tommy Kahnle, Zach Britton, who I think is going to end up being the closer in Chapman's absence, and beyond that, obviously, you have a lot of other good young arms that are more than able to compete in this division. So Chapman's, it's going to hurt, and it sucks because you can't replace that fire in him. But, we're going to be fine with it for the time being.
Mm-hmm. Britton could step right up into the closer role. It's not something I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you'd love to have Chapman because he's great, but out of all where we had to lose someone, the bullpen is probably our. Like, if we lost, let's say Paxton, that would hurt. Pretty much irreplaceable.
Yeah.
Chapman is I don't know how long. Boone said it's going to be an extended time, because you got to think he came to camp late, so that obviously hurts him because he wasn't even really warmed up. But so definitely at least 2 weeks probably he's going to have to be out. Then he's going to have to whatever time it takes him to get back into game shape, and then from there, I guess we're going to see. But another thing I'm happy about is that he was around the team, and it seems like nobody got infected from that.
Yeah.
And they weren't wearing masks on the field either, so I think we dodged a bullet there, to be honest.
No, we absolutely did dodge a bullet there. Luckily, so far, it seems that Chapman seems to be doing pretty well. He's been working out at his house that we've seen on Instagram, and beyond that, pitchers, that the good thing is they can continue to during with them being quarantined. That's something they can do. Hitters, they really have limited options, but pitchers, I'm sure someone like Chapman, especially, he probably has a mound set up in his backyard or in his house or something. I bet money on that. I guarantee you he's going to be able to continue to warm up, get his reps in, and by the time he comes back, I'm not saying he'll be ready because that's just you can't expect that, but he will at least be in a solid place where it shouldn't take him a crazy amount of time to get back, which is what you want.
And that's what I think we saw early in summer camp, how the pitchers were just way ahead of the hitters because, the first couple inter-squad games, most of the hitters were just getting completely shut down because I haven't seen live MLB. Yeah, the first inter-squad game was brutal for the hitters.
It was
but
scary.
The pitchers can throw in their yard, do whatever. The hitters can't face Major League pitching while they're quarantined in their houses. So it took a little time. I don't even know if they're still 100% there yet. So
Yeah, they're getting there. I mean, we're definitely seeing more success with bats. Andujar has been doing pretty good offensively so far, which is
Mhm.
obviously something we want to see. You got Gio hitting a home run. I mean, Tyro Estrada, I mean, the Prince, he's got 3. Look at him. That's a good start for him. I really like Estrada. I know some people are apparently down on him, and the organization just turned into John Boy. They're not really high on him, but I mean, I think he's a really good bench piece at the very least somewhere. Maybe more one day. Who knows?
he can hit.
No, he can hit. I don't think anyone should question that. The guy has a solid bat, and he's got good versatility. You know, he's not just a guy that could play second. He can play second. He can play short. He can probably play third base too if you need him. And I think he can even pinch it in out left field if he needs to. He can play.
I'd like him.
Yep.
He's got some serious pop.
No, he does.
For a little guy, he can crank a homer.
Mm-hmm.
I like the versatility too. Remember, he never played the outfield, and then they had to put him into like left field in San Francisco.
Yeah. I remember that.
He's just a ball player. I like him a lot. I think he's close to winning a job here.
I absolutely agree. The only reason why he wouldn't win it, would have to do with the crazy.
Luke, you're breaking up. You're breaking up, sir.
Back in. Am I here?
We're getting better. Getting better.
Better?
Yes, we're good.
All right. Like I was saying, if he doesn't win a job, it probably has more to do with the crazy amount of depth in the organization than him really having any issues, in my opinion. Because, like you said, the bat's legit. He's a solid player with good versatility. I think the Yankees are really starting to put more emphasis on the need for players to be able to play multiple positions because that's such a valuable skill, and they're teaching it to more and more players in recent years. And I think that's something they're really going to emphasize moving forward.
Definitely, it's valuable to have versatile players. I mean, Miguel Andujar, they're trying to teach it to him. I don't know if he's not going to excel at any position, he's probably going to play. I know we talked about it last episode, how it was being celebrated when he was catching the easy fly balls out in the outfield. But, yeah, it's just, especially with DJ LeMahieu last year, we could just plug him in anywhere. First base, second base, third base, and he was just a great defender at every position. Obviously, you prefer to have him probably at second or third because his defense is probably more valuable there than it could be at first base. That's where you can probably afford to plug in one of your worst defenders, but he slotted in wherever we needed him last year. So, obviously, we know how great he was for the team. Definitely the team MVP last year.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're the Yankees, you 100% want to see DeMayu playing second base. That's his natural position, and he's a Gold Glove defender at second base, and that's not even an argument. So, really, the versatility is just a good skill in the event that someone gets hurt or you got to move guys around sometimes for the sake of rest days. That's where that value really comes in. And with someone like Andujar, it's more about just trying to get that bat in the lineup as much as because the Yankees love his bat, and I don't think that's even a question. It's always been concern with him so far. I mean, he's been looking really good offensively, and he hasn't looked like a fool in left field so far. I think he can handle that every now and then when he needs to. He can't play there daily, but he can alternate between DH, third base, left field, and maybe even a very tiny sprinkle of first base. And between that, he won't hurt you too much, I don't think.
What? I remember in 2017, I just saw it on Twitter again. Gary was playing a little bit of first base too. They're moving him away from catcher. Interesting couple games when Girardi was still the manager.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see much of him at first base in general, but you never know. I mean, the guy has so many good tools, honestly, behind the plate where you can really dream on him defensively, although he's had his issues so far because the arm is unreal. He's shown the ability to be a good framer. There's definitely a lot of good tools back there as a catcher, so I would assume the Yankees don't want to waste him at first base ever, but he's obviously able to play there if you need him, and who knows, maybe one day that'll come into play more if maybe someone like Austin Wells ever came into the mix. There's a lot of options there.
I like baseball. I agree. I like Andujar. I like him. I just
Still here?
yes,
Yeah.
you are. You're still good. I like Andujar. He's like a different like type of hitter. He's like it's kind of hard to say. It's
Bat
just
to
like
ball skill.
yeah, he's got like this crazy ability to like hit the baseball, but he's got also the crazy ability to like never walk. Like I believe he has like a 4% walk rate,
It's pretty low.
which is just wow. But he's just a weird. He's got like he's taken Garrett Cole deep twice, and like it's like I know the analytics aren't like the best for him, but like I definitely believe that he's a hitter.
I absolutely agree. Yeah.
Like I don't think I just the ability to put the bat on the ball is something that even our best players don't do consistently.
Right.
You look at Gary and Giancarlo. They struggled with that. If you gave like Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, and Gary Sanchez the Miguel Andujar's contact ability, you might have like Barry Bonds.
Right.
So like I do like Andujar's bat. I will say that. I don't trust him for my life in the field, but
No,
I definitely feel comfortable giving him at bats when needed.
Yeah, his bat will definitely be valuable this year.
No, I think last year his bat being there was definitely a big loss because especially when you go up to really high strikeout bases, especially when you get to the post, much more valuable because of course you run the risk of him potentially hitting the double. Some people don't like about the guys who make consistently have contact abilities because you run into the risk of like.
Luke, you're breaking up.
Damn it. Bull, but whatever.
I'm gonna translate for Luke. Bat to ball skills are really cool. You might hit into a double play every once in a while, but the ability to put the bat on the ball is important in the playoffs. And his bat was missed. His bat was missed in the playoffs.
It definitely was. I agree with that.
I actually think his bat was missed more in 2017. If we had an Andujar type bat at DH in 2017, when Ellsbury and Headley and Matt Holliday were basically dead to me, I think Andujar could have been very useful.
So that was the year when Glaber had to get the Tommy John surgery, and everyone was really looking forward to him getting called up.
He was going to take over third base.
Yep, and then unfortunately we lost him. He would have definitely made an impact.
You sound good, buddy.
Yep. All right, I'm back. Luke is back, and hopefully that'll be the last time that happens today.
It's okay. It happened to Eddie last week. It's probably happened to me before. It's okay.
All right, so we were just talking about Andujar, like you said, and I actually do agree with that take about 2017. I do think he would have really helped us then. Like you said, you had Chase Headley DH games in the postseason. Chase freaking Headley, and we all know our feelings about Chase Headley. Tom, I know you could go on for a very long time about.
He's a great player.
How do you hit like 12 home runs as a third baseman?
How did he get a 4-year deal?
Defense.
I don't know. With that arm? Wow. Every throw to first base.
I thought Martin Prado was going to be our third baseman.
Me too.
Yeah. He had a good half season.
He was good.
I thought Robert F. Snyder was going to be our second baseman.
Yep. I thought he was going to be a member of the new Core 4, but unfortunately, things did not work out.
Don't make me sad.
Remember that Ref Snyder actually started a postseason game for the Yankees?
Yep.
He was phenomenal.
It's wild.
You know, I don't think he was ever given a fair shot here, but I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into it because then you'll just send me down a rabbit hole, make me sad, and then I'll just realize that baseball hurts sometimes.
What? Tom,
Also, guys.
I can cheer you up.
Okay. Clint?
Clint's new girlfriend?
Yo.
Oh.
I saw her. Wow.
Atta baby. Clint Poles. Clint Poles.
He does. You know what? I gained a little bit of respect for him.
It's the freckles.
You know what? Clint's having a good time right now. He's got his girl. He's having fun with the Yankees. He's a hero of America now that he wears masks. Clint's our hero, baby.
Oh, Ricky Leday just hit a home run.
Oh, baby. You know what? That's exciting.
I'm watching Yankees Classics right now. That was bomb.
Which game is it?
They're showing the David Cone perfect game because it's the 21st anniversary.
Oh, that's cool.
Happy anniversary, David.
Oh yeah, maybe he'll be on the podcast one day.
Yes, it was a year later I was born. Well, day early though. July 17th, but
Yeah.
So almost a year to my birthday. Is that a coincidence? I think not.
Dang. Okay, well, back to the good news that wasn't about Clint, although that was good news about Clint. That was exciting.
That was good news. Clint Poles.
Freaking Masahiro Tanaka.
He looks good on defense, by the way. He looks good on defense. Just want to point that out.
He's doing okay so far on defense, but we'll see how it goes. There's more time still. But Tanaka, man, he's looking good. He's back. He's healthy.
Yep.
So far, at least.
That just makes me happy.
Matt Blake got me pumped up. He said that it was supposed to be a very chill bullpen session.
Mm-hmm.
He said Tanaka was fired up, and he just looked crisp. And that's what you want to hear, man. That's exactly what you want to hear after everything he just went through.
I'm incredibly excited for Tanaka's season because if, say, the balls aren't juiced and he gets his splitter grip back, he was an all-star last year without a splitter. Now give me a splitter? Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly have no idea if the balls are still juiced or not. Like, I'm trying to watch these games and get an idea, but I just can't tell yet. I just have no idea.
I saw a ball. I forgot who hit it. I think it was Glaber that hit it. And it really did carry a lot. And I was like, are the balls still juiced? It carried to the warning track in right field, and it looked like a pop-up.
My gut tells me they're still juiced. If I had to, just guessing, I think they are still juiced.
Yeah, probably.
Hopefully the balls are at least easier to grip.
I mean, maybe they made some modifications at least. That would be ideal.
That would be great. Because, like, what happened in the manufacturing process to where pitchers are grabbing balls from, like, the early 2000s saying, this ball feels completely different from the new ball. Like, what happened here?
No, it's a valid question because it really screwed up a pitcher like Tanaka, who he
needs
has
that
a
splitter.
routine. He has a routine that he sticks to, and when he has to deviate from that, it could really mess with him, man. And you saw it last year. He had to make some big changes to his splitter grip, and although he managed to figure things out, it led to a little bit of a tough stretch for him. That sucks because he's obviously a really great pitcher.
He had 2 starts that just completely ruined, like, his final numbers.
I know.
And they were both
the case.
They were both against Boston.
Yeah. Oh, really? I don't remember off the top of my head, honestly.
It was the London series against Boston, and then he gave up like 12 runs at Fenway.
I definitely remember the London one now. That was rough. But to be fair, the balls were just freaking flying in London that whole series. So, like,
I want to go back to London.
It was freaking fun, man. That was fun.
It was stressful, but it was fun.
I never seen such a wild freaking offensive display before. Not like that. That was.
I love the fact that we won both games.
I was stunned that we managed to win both games. Honestly, I thought we were definitely going to lose the vibe. And that was without a doubt, like I said, one of the wildest offensive experiences.
Luke, we lost you again. Okay, you're back.
What
You're
the
back.
heck?
You're...
Oh, okay.
It's like here's what's going on.
The more wild offensive experiences we definitely had was also last year with the Yankees Twins series, man. That was one of my favorite ever, man. Easily. That was so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. There were some really fun series last year. The ALDS was fun. The London series.
Dying?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
You guys can hear me?
No, yeah.
Okay. So there were some really fun series last year. The ALDS, the Twin series, the London series. Any series against Baltimore. Are you guys alive?
Yeah.
Okay. And it was a fun season last year. I thought we were gonna win the World Series, and then we died.
Yeah, it was disappointing, man. But the one thing that remains constant throughout Yankees history is we will always kick the Twins' ass.
All the time.
I think we can agree on that, right? I feel like this is never gonna change for some reason, and I love it. It makes me happy. It's just entertaining.
I live to beat the Twins. It is the most hilarious. Ooh, who is it? I live to beat the Twins, like I was saying. I've never seen such dominance over one team in the history of baseball.
Outside of maybe last year with the Yankees against the Orioles, yeah.
That's just because they're a bad team, but the Twins make the playoffs. They have good teams, and then they run into the Yankees in the first round, and every single time they get swept in 3 or 4 games.
I almost feel bad because they actually had such a good team going into the postseason, and they literally stood zero freaking chance. They were never close. They just had no shot. We were just on another level.
Dude, they have a tremendous lineup right now. They added Josh Donaldson, right? And I am just not scared at all.
Me neither.
I could give
It's
two
pitching.
craps.
That's really their problem.
Yeah, their pitching isn't great. I could give 2 craps about
That's
what
really
they,
what killed them against us. I mean,
they had the Uber driver.
I always thought the Yankees' offense was better. I mean, people talk about dang, the Twins. Oh yeah, Tom, we're losing you a little bit.
Oh, I'm alive. Hello?
Tom,
yeah, you're there.
Okay.
I got you, Tom.
I'm gonna edit the shit out of this.
Yeah, we're having a lot of tech issues today.
What is with it? It's okay.
Was that me or was that you guys?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I couldn't hear you, Tom. But I heard you.
Johnny Loy talked about, and you add Chad Green into the mix, and really the whole bullpen is going to be dominant. But I think there's going to be a lot of people in that mix that we don't even think about, whether it be a Ben Heller or maybe Luis Sessa, who actually also is coming back from COVID-19, which is great to hear because he has a multi-inning weapon too. Actually, I didn't even think about that because, I mean, that guy has been a starter up until the last couple of years. So between those three, you could cover so many innings during the regular season. Like, the starters have literally nothing to worry about. And when you have someone like Garrett Cole that can give you those rest days in the pen, I think it's all going to balance out to where the Yankees relievers are going to be more rested than ever.
And we didn't really have that guy in the
Luke,
past.
you sounded so good. But Eddie, continue your part.
Yeah, I was saying
point.
we have not really had that guy. I mean, Severino at times has been close to, but let's be honest, Severino, even at his peak from what we've seen, he doesn't really give up to what Garrett Cole was last year. That was just insane. But I think Severino still has a very high ceiling. But again, I'm still concerned, especially sitting out 2.5 years, but I just get upset when talking about Severino. So let's just move past that.
Yeah. So really, there's not too much more to talk about, but one thing I do want to touch on this is the Rays. They're hanging their wild card banner. They just hung it up today. Is that a joke?
It's pretty sad. It's incredibly sad.
They should call it the "We got beat by Garrett Cole single-handedly" banner.
Yeah. Come on, man. Like, I know they don't have much to cheer for, but that's just a little sad. Just wait till you win a division again at least, like, or make it to the World Series. But a wild card banner, that's just. I would be embarrassed, man, if I was a Rays fan. I really would.
Well, if you win the division series, you can at least put AL runner-up.
AL runner-up.
I mean, just give me that. Come on now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get them. Oh, but one thing we didn't talk about, one thing we didn't talk about is Mikey T.
Baby. Mike Talkman. Go. I love Talkman, man. Oh.
There's so many good players on the team.
I know.
It's insane.
The depth on this team is crazy.
Right.
Mike Ford's raking too. It's just our depth is like, I think only like the Dodgers can compete with our depth.
Yeah.
That was tough.
I love that.
Fans were way too soft about that. They got so upset. I was like, dude, it's just a joke. Like,
yeah.
Come on. Like, I get it a little bit, but like, come on. We're not like saying anything horribly offensive. We're just saying Uber driver just to mess with a player. I mean,
it was not a big deal at all. You know,
no.
fans chant, fans
Exactly.
talk crap. It happens. It's not a big deal. Derek Jeter just hit a home run. Love you, DJ. All right. You know, it was a great series. We Didi hit a grand slam off of the Uber driver. It was non-competitive. It wasn't a contest. Tanaka pitched great. Why are we recapping the ALDS? I don't know, but you know, it was such a fun series that I don't mind.
Fair enough. All right, let's go back to the 2020 Yankees. All right, let's get back on topic a little. So Domingo Germán, he apparently retired.
What? Yeah. Yo, last night was hilarious. Like, I was like, what is going on? I got sent the Instagram story. It said, and I went on Google Translate. I'm like, what does this mean? It was like, and then to make matters worse, he deleted all of his pictures on Instagram, but two. Yeah. So it's like, what just happened here?
Something had to have happened to trigger this, because think about it. He was just practicing with Boone and Sanchez in the DR like in February. Like, he was still getting ready and practicing. He was in it still. And the thing is with Germán, like you said, this is a young dude. Like, my gut tells me he's not retiring, but I think he's leaving the Yankees at the very least. I think that's the bottom line there. I think he will be back though. In baseball, at least.
He said, I left baseball. Thank you, my people. So what does I left baseball mean? Is he leaving baseball behind to become a dad, to be a better dad, to do that? What is he doing here? What are we doing?
I'm assuming we're gonna get some more clarity soon. But
I have absolutely no care in the world if he comes back or if he doesn't. Like, it's like I've got Clark Schmidt, who has yet to commit domestic assault. I've got David Garcia, who has yet to commit domestic assault. Yeah. So I'm okay if the guy who got suspended for 81 games doesn't come back.
Yeah, I'm not going to be heartbroken if he doesn't come back or anything, but I hope he just comes back to baseball at least, just because I really wish him nothing but the best in what he does. I'm not going to hold a grudge or anything, and I just want him to better himself, obviously, and if he feels he's in a mental state where he's ready to pitch again, I hope he comes back because he's a talented dude, obviously.
He's a
Very talented dude.
very talented pitcher, and as a person, I hope he never does whatever he did again.
Yes.
Let's avoid that for the rest of your life, buddy.
Absolutely.
And so now let's get to the meat and potatoes of this podcast.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
I'm right into it.
Garrett Cole has looked great.
Yeah.
And I believe he's pitched, 3 times in inter-squad games?
Mhm.
I believe.
Yeah.
Something like that. You know, they all blend together when you're so dominant. All right? It's like one continuous game. And, you know, he has given up some homers.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's striking everyone out, and nobody's really making good contact off of him besides the homers. Like even the outs that aren't strikeouts are not hit hard at all. He's getting a bunch of grounders, some pop-ups, and a bunch of strikeouts, which is a lot like his 2019 because he had I believe a 40% ground ball rate and a 40% strikeout rate.
Yeah.
So 80% of his outs, 80% of the balls, 80% of the outcomes are either grounders and strikeouts.
And that is exactly what you want as a team. That's why balls, especially in today's game with the juice. I don't look too much into the squad games because obviously the intensity level, although he remains intense with everything he does, and that's the way he is. To some degree, it's going to be a bit different.
Oh, Luke, you sound
A little
dead.
quiet. Yeah, a little quiet there.
A little quiet. It's okay. We're gonna work through this, guys. We're gonna work through this.
So, did you get all that or no?
No. Just redo it, and I'll edit it out. Don't worry. Just reset it.
So yeah, you know, Garrett Cole, he's obviously been doing good so far in these inter-squad games, but aside from the home runs, like you said, but I'm not gonna look too much into the home runs in general because obviously the intensity, although it's still high during these games for Cole, because he's just, you know, he's intense in everything he does. It's going to only get more intense and good for him as he continues to play into the regular season. And I think once you get there, the results and the home runs will go down a little bit. And you're going to see some vintage Garrett Cole, which is what Yankee fans have been waiting for.
Oh man, as long as he's ready for the playoffs, baby. Oh yeah, that's where we need the 2019 unhittable Garrett Cole.
He'll destroy the Rays again.
Yep.
Dude, his starts against the Rays were ridiculous.
He saved the Astros in Game 5 completely.
Oh man,
Dude,
they were.
My God. Bailed him out so much.
Game 3 against the Yankees, he didn't even have good stuff at all. He was a little off. He didn't have his best control. And yet, against Aaron Judge, you know, I believe we had runners in scoring position. He carved him up, gets out of a jam. You know, he gets Didi to hit a fly ball that really, in any other park, isn't really close to being a homer. It was a pretty weak fly ball, all things considered. He got under it. Gets out, he pitches, 7 innings and no runs. And that changed the series. If we have Garrett Cole in that game, we go up in the series. But they had Garrett Cole. We did not have Garrett Cole. Yeah. And, you know, having a game changer like that, oh my God.
Absolutely turns the tables, man. The Astros are a great team, but the loss of Garrett Cole is going to hurt them so much. And although they have some good talent to maybe not replace him, but fill in that rotation a little more, like McCullers or Forrest Whitley, I just don't
Josh
think
James,
Jose
James. They have a lot of pitching talent for sure.
But I don't think they are on our level anymore.
I agree. I think this is it. I think this is the year that the Yankees finally just say, You know what? We're not gonna let you guys beat us a third time. You know, Verlander's getting older. He gave up like 40 homers last year. Okay, so I think we can beat Verlander. Verlander has made himself beatable to the Yankees. Greinke, we almost got to
Beatable.
Greinke
Yeah.
last year, but we just didn't get the clutch hitting.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't fear them as much anymore.
Yeah, Greinke never really scared me, honestly, very much. When I go up against him, when I see the Yankees facing him, he just doesn't feel that intimidating. Like when Garrett Cole's on the mound, he just has such a presence to him. Greinke's good and everything, but he just doesn't have that to him.
He was great in Game 7
Verlander and
last
Cole
year.
scared me much more.
I fully agree.
Yeah, Greinke's a great pitcher, Hall of Fame pitcher, but I do think that we can beat him on any given night. I do think we have the bats to beat him. I just think last year in I believe it was Game 4, I just believe our bats just choked. I believe it was more on us than it was on him pitching well.
Yeah, I would tend to agree there. You know, our bats they obviously weren't bad in that series. They were actually decent, but now going into next postseason, we're going to have Stanton there. That's going to be a huge addition to the team. And then you maybe have Andujar and a lot more general depth in that lineup and bench that is going to
Voit
fill
too.
this
Can't
team out.
forget.
Voit, yeah.
Because Voit was a non-factor in the playoffs because he didn't even make the roster.
Think about that. Luke Voit, Giancarlo Stanton, and Andujar. Once you add all those into that fold, do the Astros still win that series? I'm not as sure. I'm really not.
I don't. I just think.
It's close at least.
I really think Andujar's contact ability can be like a real game changer in the playoffs. Like I believe he can be a big help.
I was just thinking about Edwin Encarnacion last year in the playoffs.
Oh God, that was horrible.
I think he was still hurt. Gonna be honest with you.
He was good in the ALDS.
Yeah, I just
or he
think
had a good game or something.
Yeah, he had like
or the wild card. No, he didn't play in the wild card game last year. He was good in the ALDS, and then
he had like one or two good games, but like he just it was like you don't get any rehab, your timing's off. I understand. It was the same with Gary too, because remember Gary had no time to rehab either.
Yeah.
And then you have Giancarlo. He pulled the calf in Game 1. And he hit a homer, too, which is hilarious.
Was that against Greinke?
Yes, it was against Greinke.
Greinke,
Remember, Greinke had to pitch Game 1. Verlander had to pitch Game 2.
It was Garrett Cole to throw Game 5.
Game
3. And we swept Minnesota.
Yeah, so, you know, those three guys, Voit, Stan, and Andujar, are big bats. Just from an offensive standpoint, they're big bats. You need them. And it just blew ass that they weren't really 100% last year. And Gary too. Can't forget Gary.
So, outside of all that, I mean, news hasn't been really heavy, but another thing I wanted to touch on, though, is Boone pretty much confirmed that Loaisiga is going to be a reliever this year, for the most part, which is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I'm definitely intrigued by him in the bullpen. As long as he stays healthy, and he definitely could be a big weapon out in the bullpen.
I agree.
He's going to be a stud, man. I really believe it. I think he's going to be Betances-like. I mean it.
He does kind of look like young Mariano to me.
To look at least, yeah.
Just like he's like a short dude, but like he's throwing like 97 miles an hour with a curveball. Because remember, Mariano used to have a curveball. And it's just like, here's this short, like 5'10" dude throwing 100 miles an hour. And it's like, what with high spin too. He's got crazy spin rate. He's got all the analytics. All the analytics point to this guy being a beast. And if he's healthy, you might have a weapon here. A multiple inning weapon, I may add.
Mm-hmm. And that is the ultimate weapon when you get to in the postseason. There's just so many different variables. And of course, starters, their leashes are going to be a lot shorter in the postseason. So when you get to those kind of spots, a guy like Loizaga that can bridge the gap, the starter and the big three relievers at the end, that's valuable, man. That's super valuable.
Our pen's got a lot of talent. I'm really excited. But Loizaga is definitely one of those guys you keep an eye on. And if he's pitching well, if he gets in a rhythm, if he's attacking, like, that's good. That's just like, that may be a difference maker.
I mean, Yankees might end up having two multi-inning relievers between him and Green. And having two multi-inning relievers that are not just good, that would, in this case...
I remember. Yeah, definitely. If Boyd's struggling, as you guys said, then you definitely, it's just good to have this flexibility to the point where you can throw someone in with, it's just so many different lineup variations depending on the pitcher that you're facing, It's, I would say, a flexibility that we didn't really have last year because 90% of the team was hurt, but now, as long as they stay healthy, which, should happen, but again, you never know with the Yankees. It could be another injury-filled year. Fingers crossed. But if not, Aaron Boone's going to have so many weapons just to be able to say, hey, we're facing Max Scherzer or Steven Strasburg or I don't even know what other – Chris Sale's not even playing. But other great
Patrick
pitchers.
Corbin.
Yeah, Patrick Corbin. Then we could slide an end to Hard because we know although he's not going to walk, the odds are he's probably not going to strike out and he'll put the ball in play. So this is definitely a great year for Aaron Boone because he has it pretty easy, to be honest, with this team. It's a pretty great team. The only thing he's got to do is keep them motivated throughout 60 games to make sure that if, hey, you lose 2 games in a row, you really can't, drag your feet and say, hey, start pouting. You got to, keep moving.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's what Boone has been excelling at. That's the side that the Yankees were so excited about when they signed him. It was less about him as a coach and manager, although he is also very good at that, in my opinion. I think where he excels most is just connecting with these players, and he knows how to motivate these guys in a way that not all managers do, and it's a valuable skill to have if you're Aaron Boone. And I think that he's going to motivate these guys more than ever this year because this is their year, I think. With Garrett Cole there now, I think they all have this mindset that they already had this mindset, but it's World Series or bust, man, and there's no reason why they shouldn't win the World Series this year, and they all know this. So pressure is on like never before, and I think they're going to meet the expectations that us, the fans, have put on them.
I agree. I think this is the year. Giancarlo Stanton fan club is taking new members. All right.
I joined.
I'm in too, I guess.
We stand a king. He slimmed down a lot too. I'm very happy about
pod.
Yeah, we are. 20 home runs in 60 games. MVP. There we
Let's
go.
do it.
I actually made a bet with my friend on Stanton.
Ooh. What was it?
It was a very bad take. He said that he doesn't think Stanton will hit 10 home runs.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh, how much you want to bet? He's like, $5. I'm like, okay, deal. You know what? I'll take the $5 from him. I guarantee you he will hit more than
10. He averages 40 per 162.
Come on. If he doesn't hit 10, that means he was hurt. Straight up. That just means he was hurt.
As long as he's healthy, he's hitting more than 10. Let's just say that.
Right,
yeah, that was a good bet.
All right. So, anything
we did
else?
Nationals. Yeah, I wanted to say we did a little bit of predictions for the National Series. We got a game tonight, so score predictions for Yankees Mets. First game of the of the summer camp games.
All right.
I think it's gonna be 4-2. I don't know who wins. I don't expect many runs.
I think Mike King is gonna shove for some reason.
Yeah. I would venture to say that.
Most of the regulars in the lineup are going to play, I have to imagine, right?
Oh, totally, because they're revving up for open day, so they have to play.
And I know Cespedes will be playing for the Mets the first time he's seen game action since
That'll be
I don't even
cool.
know when. What, 2018 at some point? It's been a long time.
I'm
I
actually
think
looking forward to that.
I think his last game was against the Yankees as a DH in Yankee
Really?
Stadium. Yeah,
Oh.
and then because he was playing hurt, I think he had a
Oh.
homer too. And then
So I suppose this is a great bat for them.
yeah,
I think he
I don't
still
know
is a
about
good
his
bat.
defense because he's got a lot of foot surgeries, especially after he fell into the
he
hole
looks
in his
good.
ranch.
He does look good.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't look like a guy that's had foot surgeries, to be honest.
I
Right.
think he's gonna have a good year.
I do too. I think
So-
he's gonna hit more than 10 home runs as well.
Yeah, I would bet on that if he's healthy.
Edward,
Yes.
He's back.
is there anything else?
I'm pretty sure we covered everything. We covered a lot today.
Yeah.
You know what?
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Judge is healthy, by the way. Judge is healthy.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's good. Everyone's
Thank
healthy
God.
pretty much, except I don't know. Besides Chapman and Severino,
Yeah,
but everyone
Yeah.
else is good.
we're not getting Sevy back this year.
Yeah, no.
Miss you, Sevy. Get well. Clark Schmidt season, baby. Yeah.
Schmitty boy. Oh yeah.
I think he might make the roster too after
Yeah.
an impressive
Yo,
inter-squad
yes,
That'd be
games.
nuts.
Yes, Network has been hitting on that pretty hard. That
Exactly.
Schmidt has a show. Like they kind of like you can kind of tell what the Yankees are thinking through the Yes Network at times.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I really do think like I don't think he's gonna make the opening day roster for service time reasons.
Maybe.
But then like if he gets called up a week into the season, I would not be surprised in the slightest.
If they use him, I wonder what the role would be. Would he just be like a multi-inning reliever, or would he get some spot starts? Maybe I'm not really sure what the plan would be.
I think the spot starts mixed with I think he's gonna do a little of both.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that because I think he can definitely be a good spot. I mean, he'd be a great spot starter.
Right now he's stretched out to start, but like if
Mhm.
you need him to throw like 3 innings out of the bullpen, I think he could do it.
That's why I fully think they are going to use him as a spot starter more than anything because they didn't stretch out like Devi Garcia at all, but Clark Schmidt, they fully stretched him out.
Davey only got 1 inning.
I know. I have seen Schmidt pitch, I feel like, more than anyone else outside of like Garrett Cole, off the top of my head.
Yeah, we've only seen Paxton once because his first intra-squad got rained out. Tanaka got hurt. Cole has pitched like 3 times, and then
I think Schmidt has too.
I've seen King throw a lot too. King has thrown quite a bit.
Yeah, King's thrown a lot.
And Monty's thrown a bit. But other than that, yeah, I love the pitching depth. I love the overall depth of the team. This is a World Series team, in my opinion. And I'm so excited to get this started. We're gonna do an episode after the Washington series. Recap that. Let's hope we win 2 out of 3. And if you guys have anything else to say, speak now.
I shall not.
I think that's it.
All right. This has been one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do in my entire life. We went through so much during this past hour and a half, and I just want to take a nap. I have a headache, and I wish everyone who is listening well. Go Yankees!
Yeah.
I hope we kick the crap out of the Nationals. So excited. Hopefully we'll do something fun on Twitter or on YouTube on Thursday to get hyped. Maybe we'll do like a reaction. I don't know, but I'm excited.
To do something like that.
Yeah, I'm excited. And Luke, take it away. Close us out. I love you all.
Love you all, boys. It's been a great time talking to you. Thank you, everyone that was listening. And next time we talk to you, let's hope we got that series victory against the Nationals. All right, guys. It's been a pleasure as always, and I will see you all soon.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
See you, everyone. Go Yanks.
Go Yanks.
Go.
Yeah, Mikey T, man, he's been looking really good so far, and you got to keep in mind the Yankees have probably 5 or 6 guys that are all legitimate MLB starting outfielders. Even Clint Frazier, despite the defensive concerns on a lot of teams, he would be starting. So you really just go over the depth that this team has. It's super impressive. And someone like Mike Tauchman, you got to wait and see how he fits into this team. But I think he's going to get a decent amount of playing time, especially late in games, just because he's such a good defensive player, man. There's not many out there that can get to balls the way he can, which is honestly shocking considering this guy was just basically released from freaking Colorado last year. Big mistake on them.
And now Colorado is playing Matt Kemp, a washed-up Matt Kemp in the outfield. They've got nobody.
Yeah, Tauchman would have helped.
Tauchman would have been like the star player on their team. Not the star player on the team, but like one of the best. He would be the best outfielder they have.
I mean, keep in mind, all their outfielders are literally butchers out there. Tauchman is literally a gold glover.
Remember they came to New York last year, and their outfield was just bad.
Yep.
I can't with them. The Rockies are so poorly run. It's hilarious. Arenado was looking to get traded in the offseason. I don't think it's gonna work there. I do think Arenado's gonna get traded.
It's more of a matter of when, especially with the current circumstances, but I do think he will one day be traded.
I love baseball. It's just I don't get certain teams, but whatever. It's not my problem to have. Mike Tauchman finished, I believe, second in defensive runs saved, and he only played about 80 games, something like that.
It's crazy. He should not have been up there.
It's just he plays the outfield like a linebacker in football.
Yes.
Just like he's just hunting down the ball, which is hilarious. And remember, he robbed the home run in Baltimore. He's a great outfielder. I have a fun debate here.
Okay.
Who do you want in left field? Do you want Gardner in left field, or do you want Tauchman in left field?
Tauchman, man, I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'm into him at this point.
I mean, I love Gardy. You always appreciate him and the leadership he brings. But if you're just strictly talking about which player is going to be better in left field, the answer is Mike Tauchman. The guy is younger. He's a much better defender, and he has a much higher offensive upside at the very least.
And Gardner's not a bad defender either.
No, he's still a very good one.
He's still very good, especially in left field.
Tauchman is just great.
Tauchman's just like if Tauchman plays 130 games, he's probably winning the Gold Glove.
And I really hope that happens one day, because that would just be awesome to see for a guy that didn't think he'd probably even get a shot at Major League Baseball with the way things were going. So good for him. Yeah,
he's going to be a key part of this team. I'm telling you, he is going to be a key part of this team, especially if he can hit. Imagine if he hits like he did last year. He's got a good eye. Remember the Aaron Hicks game? He worked that walk to get it to Aaron Hicks.
Yep.
He's got a good eye. He's got a lot of pop in the bat. He has great minor league. He had great minor league numbers, and so, I mean, what's not to like about Mike Tauchman?
Yeah, there's so much to like, and like you and me were talking about last night, I think it was actually. The Yankees are very fortunate in the fact, as messed up as it is to say, that as they keep developing these guys at a very late age that they just keep finding from different organizations, they're basically getting these guys for what would be their prime in terms of age. So once their contract, or rather just their years are run up, which is 5 years give or take, they're going to be at a point where you're not really going to have to give them any big contracts or anything. At most, you'd give them a very small contract if you wanted to keep them in the organization. So that's good for the Yankees, man. It really is. It's not good for the players, but for them, it's a very fortunate financial position.
So basically what we were talking about last night was the Yankees have guys like Voit, Urshela, Tauchman, even Hicks, who really, they specifically Voit and Tauchman, they didn't have any service time. And you need 6 years of service time in the current financial system. You need 6 years to become a free agent. And so you bring up a guy who's 28 years old like Voit and Tauchman, And 6 years from now, they're going to be in their mid-30s. And so basically, you've got these players in the meat of their careers for basically no money, where now in a year or two, you're going to have to pay Judge, you're going to have to pay certain members of the team, you're going to have to pay DJ. And, so really having late bloomers like this is actually going to financially help the team. Because as much as I'd like to see everyone get paid, we're not going to have a $300 million payroll.
No,
It's just I don't
long.
think Hal Steinbrenner would literally prefer to have like a stroke. So, it's unfortunate to say. It's like a harsh reality. I mean, I would love to see everyone get paid what they're worth, because Mike Tauchman is definitely worth more than minimum wage. Right.
Absolutely.
More worth more than the league minimum, but it's just you got a 29-year-old Mike Tauchman playing Gold Glove defense for $500,000. It's quite nice to have.
It really is, man. And someone like Gio, who's freaking raked last year, was playing at an all-star caliber level. I mean, what a find for Cashman so far, man. The last few years, Cashman has been. A lot of guys are hit or miss with that kind of stuff. Cashman literally always hits on these guys. Like, it's honestly amazing how good the Yankees scouting department is, and it makes you wonder, man. Every time the Yankees make a small trade, you always think, is there more to it that we're not seeing? Because more often than not, there is something more to it.
Even the Matt Duffy signing, everyone's like, "Oh my God!"
I thought twice about it. I did.
Matt Duffy, is he the next one? Probably not. He's probably just not. Roster filler. Yeah. But
you never know.
We call up like 27-year-old Mike Ford. He has like a 900 OPS. He put up a full WAR, one WAR in like 50 games. He would have been a 3-win player if he played 150 games.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Duffy, is he really any different than when the Yankees got Gio? I mean, neither really had much major league success offensively, although that's what Matt Duffy's known for. He's known for his bat, although he's not really that great of a hitter. And Gio was just, a defender, a solid defender out there, but they just needed to work with the Yankees coaches, and they went to the next level. So I'm thinking that might happen to Duffy maybe. Who knows? It's possible.
Yeah. Last year with Gio, I was like, "There's no way this is legit." And then you see like he was just absolutely raking. He doesn't walk much, but like he hits the ball. He was hitting in his good spurts. He was hitting the ball as hard as anyone in baseball. So I'm really excited to see him. He hit a bomb yesterday. I'm just really excited for him because like the combination of defense and pop in the bat. And like not having to have Andujar play third base specifically because of the bat. It's a nice thing to have. I'm going to be honest. I'm very happy about that.
Eddie, what's your take on all this? What your take on all that was?
Well, first of all, I think Brian Cashman is the best general manager in baseball because I'm sure there's also the help of like the scouting department, but he's the guy that gets most of the credit. But I mean, he just finds diamonds in the rough all the time. It's incredible, to be honest. So he's definitely the best. And at this point, whoever he acquires, like it literally could be anyone. I would have said even Kendrys Morales last year and said, hey, maybe he can get turned around because you never know at this point with how the Yankees have been developing hitters. I said this before on the show. The way that the Astros are with pitchers is the way that we are with hitters, I think, in my personal opinion.
I agree. And I mean, the Yankees might be heading that way, too, with pitchers.
Mm-hmm. Especially with Matt Blake. Baby. Yeah. Switching things up. No more Larry.
I definitely have a question. Have you seen any notable difference in any pitcher or anything out of like that makes you think, oh, Matt Blake may have helped this guy?
It's a little early, honestly, for me to tell.
I want to see in game before I judge anything.
Yeah, I agree.
Green maybe though. I think Green might have took some steps forward with Blake, and
he's throwing a curveball now.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that Matt Blake had something to do with that a little bit, just a gut feeling. And aside from that, I think that Montgomery, I think might have benefited a bit from him so far. I can't tell for sure, obviously. I think there's gonna be more talk during the season about it, but I think that they definitely did some work together because Monty, he has a lot of untapped potential, I think.
Okay, so I have one last topic, to discuss.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. Thursday night, 7 p.m. Yankees, Garrett Cole versus Max Scherzer. Let's preview this little series briefly.
Yes.
Yep.
So we get to talk about actual games that count for the first time in a while.
Right.
You know, we're getting ready for opening day back in March, and then it never happened. So let's do it. What are you looking out for in that series?
Ooh. I'm gonna start.
I'll let you start. There's a couple things I'm going to be looking for. Well, one, I'm going to be looking to see how Garrett Cole starts off the season because obviously he's the big Yankees acquisition. You want to see how he starts off the season going up against a team that took him out really in the World Series. So you got to see really. Oh, it's not really a big deal even if he does struggle a bit because it's his first start. But you're just curious to see how this plays out against that team. And beyond Garrett Cole, my fascination is going to be the Yankees lineup alignment because I want to see what they do with Andujar, putting him around the field. Is he going to be in there, a lot going early in the season? Is Stanton strictly going to be DH to start the season? There's a lot of questions I have about who plays where as opposed to who's playing. That's what I'm thinking of.
Edward?
Obviously, Garrett Cole, as Luke said, because it's going to be his first outing as a Yankee in a real meaningful game. But also the bats against a great Nationals rotation. So we're going to start off against Scherzer, right? I'm assuming Strasburg pitches game 2. Then we're probably looking at Corbin game 3.
Yeah.
So those are 3 great pitchers. So let's see how the Yankees can do against these tough pitchers. I mean, we've seen that they've been able to hit. They hit Verlander not much, but we got some runs off them. Cole, we had trouble with, of course, because we just could not finish the job against him. But remember, Judge hit that bomb off Scherzer in the All-Star game. So, but let's see. We definitely can hit this good pitching, but it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy this first 3-game series, and especially with 60 games. Let's start this out taking 2 out of 3. That's all I'm going to ask for. Let's go 2 out of 3. That would make me happy.
Hey, Tom, could I add one more thing?
Yes.
I just wanted to add with Andujar because now I just remembered what I was talking about earlier. This is another thing I want to watch out for. Because these are obviously, like you said, these are 3 big starting pitchers. A lot of them get a ton of strikeouts, and that's what these guys are known for. So I want to see the dynamic in that lineup if you're plugging Andujar in there now because, like we said, I think that's where he's going to have the biggest impact when you're facing those strikeout pitchers, when you have a lot of strikeout guys in your lineup. I want to see if that has a big impact on this team and just how they overall perform. I think that's going to be a really interesting factor. All right, Tom, go for it.
I have like a crazy idea. I think I definitely would like to get Andujar in there in some way, shape, or form. But obviously, Stanton is going to be the DH. So, but obviously we heard that Urshela was taking reps at second base.
Ooh.
So maybe you want a guy like Max Scherzer who strikes out a bunch of dudes. Maybe you want Andujar at third. You've got Garrett Cole pitching, so you don't really have to worry too much about the defense when the guy strikes out, 40% of the batters he faces. So I maybe you start Andujar at third, Gio at second, and do some, and then you switch him out. Then you put Gio at third late in game. Put like Tyler Wade at second, something like that.
I think it's going to be a case of just going with the hot hand, honestly, because that's where the versatility really is going to come into play. Because Gio, although I'm not sure if he's really going to play at second, I think he's definitely capable of playing at second base. I don't think that should really be in question. So, like you said, what if you put Andujar at third, Gio at second, and let's say Yankees are going for a real contact-oriented lineup against a strikeout pitcher one day. They might put DJ at first base instead of Voit, and then you got 3 big contact guys in your lineup along with Glaber at short. Now that's a lineup that's going to make a lot more contact than the usual lineup rolling out there. So I think during the regular season, that might be a little bit interesting to see.
Look at me getting innovative.
Innovation, that excites.
Yeah, and then you have Paxton versus Strasburg, which is going to be tough because Strasburg has a filthy curveball and changeup combination, and he can still run it up with the fastball. He's a great pitcher, but I think all three of the pitchers that we face, if we just win one game, I'm confident. If we win one game out of the three, I'm confident in the rest of our season.
I would love to win more than one, of course, but you are right, especially because this is the National League games. As we've discussed and many other people have discussed, the National League games are going to hold less significance than the AL East games. So I'm not going to be overly upset if we lose 1 out of 3. The only reason why I'll be upset to a certain degree is because in my head I'm thinking, holy shit, we just went 1-2 and there's only 60 games this season. Oh my god.
Oh my god,
50, come on, guys. Come on, guys.
57 left. 57 left.
Exactly. It's just that mental side of things in the fan's head. I'm going to be honest. It will get to me. It will. But
yeah, I would much prefer to go 60-0 and not have any stress. But
imagine that.
Be awesome.
I just, I'm excited for the series. I think Garrett Cole versus Max Scherzer is a great way to kick off the season. I definitely think we can win. It would have been nice if DJ was healthy. I don't expect him to play on Thursday.
Neither do I.
I think he's going to be a few days behind. But I do like the Andujar at third idea. I just see Scherzer as someone that you want to have as much contact as possible.
Yeah, I think it's
I want to win that game, man. I want to win that game.
I know. Me too, man. I think really, of course, you're not going to be able to tell for sure in the first game. You're not going to know who the hot hand is. But with that alignment in general, like if Luke Voigt's, kind of cold during the season, you're facing a strikeout guy. Why are you going to play him when you have Gio, Andujar, and DJ who can just slot in there at different positions and get on base and make contact? It really just depends. Guys, they're going to have a lot of pressure on them this season because obviously it's a shortened season, so the leashes are going to be shorter. And when you have a team like the Yankees with so much freaking depth, you can lose your position in the snap of a finger. It can happen so quick.